Welcome to my channel. I am the IT Business Analyst and Scrum Master real-time trainer. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to perform analysis as an IT Business Analyst. I will be using real-time examples and I'll be sharing my personal experiences from the field. You'll get practical insights and actionable tips that I have gained from years of working in the industry. If you find this content helpful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment, and share it with others. Let's dive in and enhance your IT business analyst skill together.
Analysis. First question. Why are we doing analysis as a BA? The answer to this question is, when you go into the project, you do not know anything about the domain. So why am I saying this? Now, even if you work in banking, you will not know a lot of things about another finance. That is what is happening with my current project. I have a lot of experience in banking. And even others around me, there are folks who have around 10, 15 years of full-fledged banking experience. But this is a small finance company, so they do not know anything. I will not say they do not know anything. The way I'll phrase it in a different way. There are a lot of segments that they don't understand. There are a lot of terminologies that they still don't understand. I'm a part of some analysis meetings that is done as a group. And my reporting manager, though she has a lot of experience, she has these questions and she kind of tries to understand all these terminologies, and she has a lot of banking experience, decades of experience in banking, right? And I hear her say statements like, I don't know what this means. I don't know what it's supposed to do. This looks different. I haven't worked on this piece, right? So 90% of the time, even if you have worked, I will say 95 or maybe more, 95+% of the time, even if you have worked on the field, banking means banking, insurance project means insurance, healthcare means healthcare, e-commerce means e-commerce. Mostly you will not know a lot about that domain, even if you have worked, right? If you haven't worked, even then, the difference is 7 to 10%, in my opinion, from somebody who has worked in the domain in a different segment. And we've discussed about this, right? Under banking, there are so many segments. Commercial, investment, right? That is 2 segments. Now, let's deep dive into commercial. Cards, payments, cash processing, loans, under loans, mortgage, several other loans. So you simply don't know. This is just commercial banking. You see, so commercial, banking is in one level. Commercial and investment, I'm cutting that into 2. I'm classifying it one level further. Then again, I'm classifying it another level further. These are the examples that I'm getting right out of my head, right? Now, likewise, even in healthcare, even if you take healthcare, there is auto. I'm sorry, not healthcare. I meant insurance. There is auto insurance. There is health insurance, which is big, right? There is home insurance. And again, right, I can keep cutting this cake however I want and keep classifying. That is another reason why I say most of the time you will not know the domain, even if you have worked for extensive amount of time, even if you have worked for a long time in that domain itself, chances are that you will not know what you are getting in, right?
Yes, we got it.
Now, hence you will not know how this works, and it will all be new, right? And what and all challenges you will be facing. So you will not be able to understanding terminologies will be tough. It will be like they are talking Greek and Latin. You won't be able to understand the business process and application process. You won't be able to understand the business and application process flow, and you won't be able to ask the right questions. Nervousness and being tentative, and not being free, not able to freely talk to others because they will find out I don't know anything. Literally, this is what your mind will say. And for mostly for first project candidates, this is what you're actually thinking. And this is what the market is also telling you all the time. All these vendors who don't know anything other than calling folks and then telling that there is requirements and doing control F and checking for the key terms. That's all they know. That's their skill set. That's where it starts and ends. So these vendors, don't think too much about them. Okay. Of course, we need them. They have their place. Again, they say, "Oh, are you a finance BA? Are you a payments BA?" And they keep complicating it. But then, anyways, even if you have domain expertise, you will face these challenges because you never know what segment you are going to go into, right? So now, how are we going to, what is the resolution for this? So the resolution is understand how the module that you are working on works on the level of business process flows and application process. So what is the difference between business process flow and application process flow? Business process flow covers application process flow, but it covers things that happens within the application and outside the application. Application process flow covers what happens inside the application. In other words, what does that exactly mean? Right now, I want to buy something on Amazon. What is the application process flow? I'll search for a pen, I'll hit enter. I'm searching through what pen I need to buy. I'm filtering it based on the point type. I'm filtering it based on the price range. I don't want anything more than $84. I'm filtering it based on the length. So based on all these filtration mechanism, I'm seeing my results. I'm looking whether it has the prime guarantee or not. So I'll select it. So I want this pen. And then I click on add to cart and then I'll buy it, right? So this whole thing is the business process flow or the business process flow and the application process flow. Now, business process flow will also cover things that happens outside the application. Example, let's say for example, if I click on add cart, just come up with a fictitious step in your mind. It is asking for OTP. So it's going to send me a text message. I need to enter it here. Let's say that is happening. That will become a business process flow. That's a part of business process flow. That OTP itself is happening outside your application, right? Of course, it's asking for the placeholder. Now the message is being sent to your phone, correct? So this is what is called business process flow and application process flow. Business process flow, what happens within the application, what happens outside the application. Application process flow, what happens within the application, right? Now you have to understand it for that module that you are going to work. So how do you figure out that module that you are going to work on? Now let's say, for example, you walk into a banking client, and so figure out the module that you are going to work. Now there are two ways in which you will get this module. So what is module exactly? One good example that we were talking about earlier today is, let's say, medical care under Amazon is a module, right? So you can understand all the business process flows. To be very honest, this will be a good exercise. You can understand all the business process flows of this somehow, right? You have to find the right person and try to figure this out, right? So you have to do that for that module alone, which is doable, as opposed to getting banking domain knowledge or BFSI domain. So you can figure out the module that you're going to be working on. So in this case, I'm just going to come up with a banking module. Let's say, for example, collections. So underwriting is a part of both healthcare, insurance, banking, everything underwriting is involved, right? Underwriting. Okay. Underwriting. So figure this out. Okay. You will be able to figure this out 60 to 70% of the time. If you are not able to figure this out based on the client location, for whatever reason they've started giving you work, figure out the one liner for the enhancement that you are going to work. So what does that mean? So say, for example, you are given a task. Okay. Let's say, for example, you have to come up with this chart. It says value, billion, RP, and year-on-year growth for top 10 regions, right? And they have categorized the regions here. And this is a cash management performance dashboard. Now, say, for example, they are going to build this feature. The requirements gathering has not started. Now, they will give you a one-liner for this feature. Even I don't know what this is, right? Just think in your mind, this is not built today. Okay. As we are talking right now, this is not built. This is the enhancement. We are reverse engineering. Now, you understand this page, how this page works, how this one module works. We don't have this, right? Because now only we are building this. Everything else is there in this page. So first understand how this page works. So now when you go to the requirements meeting, now you have an understanding of this page. Now you will ask the right questions to gather requirements for this feature, value and year-on-year growth top 10. This is how you can get that enhancement knowledge, that segment knowledge, right? So that way you have knowledge on the segment. So you have knowledge on the segment that you are going to be working on. Okay. We are going to discuss about, now we understood why we do analysis as a IT business analyst. Now we are going to cover how we do analysis as an IT business analyst. So now once you are assigned this enhancement, okay, once you are assigned this enhancement, what you will do is you will sit down with an end user, right? So how is analysis? So you will sit down with the end user and understand the current business process flow. So what is the current business process flow to buy something? In Amazon, we just covered this, right? I just showed you, go type the name of the pen that you want to buy and filter it based on the brand name, filter it based on the point type, whatever filtration mechanism you want, give it. Select one, go through the review. Literally, this is what you guys do every time you go and buy something on Amazon. You'll go to the review section wherever it is. I'm not able to pull it up. Where is the review section? Yeah, the review section is here. Go read through the reviews. This is you're still not happy. Go through the 1-star reviews or most recent reviews and filter it out and see what's going on, how is the reviews, and then go add to the cart. Click on this add all three, not this one. Click on this add to cart button, and then and then you make the payment and you'll buy it, right? So likewise, the end user will sit down with you. You'll have to request for it, and you have to sit down with the end user and understand the current business process flow and application process. And why am I mentioning business process flow? Understand things that are happening outside the application that we are enhancing as well. Okay. Example, phone call. If this happens, I'll make a phone call. Okay. If the revenue goes below 10,000 per day, I have to make a phone call to my manager, let the manager know. Or I have to send an Outlook email to my manager and let the manager know. It's happening outside the application that we are building. OTP. 2 examples I have given. You can think of more examples. So as a part of business process flow, things that happens outside the application that are that's related to that enhancement should be covered as well. So you have to understand the business process flow top to bottom, right? Now, how do you now you will do this, right? How is this done exactly, right? You set up 3 meetings. So you set up 3 meetings with the end user expert. Example, insurance underwriter. So if an insurance application is submitted, what and all will the insurance underwriter do to approve it or deny it or ask for more info? Or if that insurance they are not able to get, are they qualifying for other insurance? How to convert that into a lead, and what can the underwriter do about it? Because getting applicants is tough. So what are we going to do about it? So you can sit down with the insurance underwriter. You're going to figure out the underwriter module, and there's going to be an enhancement in that underwriting module. You sit down and you completely understand how that module works. If they are not giving you the module, understand, yeah, the enhancement will be in that module. So you will have that knowledge. If you are not giving, if they are not giving the module, understand where that, using that one-liner, where is that one-liner coming, which page it is, and understand that page. Figure out which page it's going to go and set that new feature, and understand that page. And in a way, you can also call that page as a module, right? So you will sit down with an in a case, I'm just taking a healthcare example. You'll sit down with an underwriter, and you will understand how that process works. Just like we understood how we purchase items in Amazon, step by step, what and all processes are involved, right? Now, first meeting, you know the module or the one-liner, say that and request, I want to understand the current business process. So why am I writing this in caps? Because you are not supposed to talk to them about the requirements. What you are understanding currently how it is working. We are not going to enhance now. We are not gathering requirements now. Currently how it is working. In other words, what is currently how it is working? Domain knowledge. Example. Again, I'll go to the same example. How can we purchase an item in Amazon? Currently how it is working. Yes, we can enhance it in the future, but you have to understand currently how it's working. Likewise, you have to understand how this page works currently, right? So what you do, you tell them you are going to do an active observation session. It is called, the name of the session is going to be active observation session. You can name that meeting as active observation session. And what will you do in that active observation session? Request the end user to do an underwriting process in front of you in a lower environment, of course, in a trial environment, not the real-time environment that we all use, right? In a trial. So they will, and call it active observation session, and request to record the meeting, which is very, very common these days. Very, very common. Take proper notes, increase your typing speed. Take notes in OneNote. If you are not able to type fast, take notes in a notebook, which is also you can do. You can just scribble everything, and later you might not understand your own handwriting, but take notes properly. If they are not giving you permission to record, which is very rare, mostly they'll give permission to record, and ask permission. Don't be shy. Okay. This is sometimes even I'm shy. Okay, should I ask? What will they think about? So this end user will have no clue who you are. All he or she knows is you're somebody from IT, and they have to explain the current business process to you, whatever it is that they're doing. That's it. So definitely don't be shy in this meeting to ask. You can ask. Okay. If they say no, just take notes. But don't record anything without their permission. That is very, very bad. Never do it. Not a good practice. Okay. So now one session is over. You have notes. Okay. Next thing what you will do is you will come up with the business process flow and application process flow. I'm sorry. Yeah. Business process flow. You'll come up with in MS Visio, which is a tool that you can get for $2 on eBay, just $2 or maybe 200 rupees, and draw.io that you can get for free. And I will recommend you guys, as a part of homework, start learning these two tools and start learning SQL also, by the way. I'll try to cover one SQL session after the training. After that 11 weeks, I'll try to give one SQL session. But before that, you guys start learning. Okay. Anyways, so MS Visio, you can learn in 4 hours. If you want to learn everything upside down, 4 hours. Basic stuff, 2 hours. So invest that time and do it. Draw.io, another self-explanatory tool. Figure out how it is supposed to work. And I will go through one full business process flow. So that way you'll also get some knowledge. We'll do it tomorrow, mostly. So now you will have to come up with the business process flow in MS Visio. So what exactly is that? Okay, what exactly is business process flow? Business process flow is nothing but this is the process flow. Application received, custodian, document tagging. So this is what you'll be doing, and I'll come up with one full process flow. So don't worry about it. Yeah. Let me finish this and then I'll give you 7-8 minutes just for questions, right? So come up with this business process. Now 1 meeting is over. Next day you are sitting down for 3 to 4 hours. You are coming up with this process. You are taking your time and you are doing. Next meeting, second meeting, you share your screen and walk the end user through the business process flow that you created and tell them if they have any questions or rectifications, stop me and let me know. I will modify the flow. Okay. So you are sharing the business process flow. If they feel, hey, this part is wrong, it should come differently. Okay, note it down. Or maybe you're recording that meeting or you're noting it down, whatever it is, note it down. Okay. They will stop you 3 to 4 times in that entire 1 hour. Third meeting, set it up after a day or two. Every meeting, set it up after a day or two. Again, share the business process flow. This time, it must look flawless because all the rectifications are now you know the module or the module that you are going to gather requirements for inside and now ask questions. What questions you guys have?
Yeah, so in order to create the business process flow, so do we have to visualize the how this process will go, or they will tell us now you need to put this situation over here and then so and so. So how it is created? I mean, it is our own thought, or somebody else will help us out with this.
Nobody will help us out with the business process flow. In fact, nobody will come and tell you you have to do your analysis, right? You have to do your own business process flows. They will give you MS Visio access for sure. If not, go request access. You have to go and request for the access. Nobody is going to come sit down with you. Hey, do you have access for this? No, that will never happen. Hey, I want this access. I want this access. What I can get, what I cannot get, tell me. You have to go and ask. Number one. Number two, nobody is going to tell you you have to do analysis, right? So
Because in one go we can't make it correct, like, so there will be many changes or many inputs. So
yeah, that is why we
they
have
can
three meetings,
come
right?
to us and say,
That is why we have three meetings. Second meeting, they will make all the rectification. Second meeting, they will give all the rectification. So if that is wrong or if you're going wrong somewhere, something is not right, you will rectify. You will also have the recording. So going wrong itself is very hard. Okay. But even if you go wrong, something was misunderstood, you will be able to rectify it during the second. You are going to get 3 meetings actually. Even after second meeting, even if there is one error, somehow you missed it, they'll rectify it in the third. But nobody is going to come and tell you there is a meeting and then this meeting is there. You go on it. Nobody will tell you that. Nobody will tell you you have to go and do your analysis. Most of the new BAs, right? I can see them. When a first project candidate walks in, I can smell it. I can literally see that this person is tense. They will not do any analysis. They will come to the requirements meeting with a paper and a pen, and they will be nervous and they will not be able to spit out any questions. If at all they spit out questions, they will ask a lot of basic questions, right? So nobody is going to tell you, hey, go and do your analysis in real time. In real time, you have to find the person and do your analysis. Any questions?
So in between this meeting, so we will have our internal meetings with the IT team as well, because when we are creating a business process flow, in order when we show that to the client in our second meeting. So I think in between those meetings, is the internal meetings also happen simultaneously with the architects, UI, UX, or with other departments?
Mostly no. Sometimes the developers might come and talk to you and kind of these informal meetings are going on. There will be a talk about this enhancement is going to come in for development. What are we going to do when it is going to come in? I have a lot of work on my plate already. They are telling me to do it. When will the BA give me this requirement? So I have to test it. What will I do? So many things are there. There will be a talk about this, right? But nobody is going to work with you to do analysis. Developers or testers or project managers, nobody is going to come work with you. You have to go and do analysis on your own. So now, if they give you all these things, you will be able to do this. Great. What will you do if they don't give? What will you do if they don't give you end user? Now, the resolution to that is look for manual. Ask around for manuals. Look for demo videos in SharePoint. Ask for demo videos in SharePoint. The sprint demos will happen, right? We'll cover that later, but the sprint demo will happen every 3 weeks. So they should be, if they have built it, they should have some material to back it up, some video footage, go through that. Ask for manual. Ask for business process flow documents. So there are tools, like there are so many tools, and they might store it in PDF. They might store it as MS in MS Visio somewhere in SharePoint. So ask for business process flow documents and ask about the current business process flow to other Bs or project manager if they are helping, which they will mostly. So you should be able to do all these things. If they are not giving you the end user, this is very important. Mostly they will give you the end user, but what will you do if they don't give you the end user? They'll say, hey, you cannot talk to anybody. When I was working for a bank recently, not recently, a couple of years ago, I used to work for a big name in US, commercial bank, payments project, and they did not give me any end users. I had to do all these things. So if you don't get an end user, that is not the end of the world. You will be able to get some materials to learn about the current business process flow. And there is a good chance that there is a video where they will literally demo it. People will ask questions like you guys are asking me now. So you are still covered. Don't worry about it. Again, there is a good chance that you'll get an end user. If not an end user, there is a good chance that another BA will explain everything to you or your project manager will explain it to you. Again, even if that's not happening, you have all these documentations. There's a good chance that there is a video or a business process, right? With screenshots and all that. Sometimes I've seen this manual where screenshots will be there, step by step, everything will be there, right? So don't worry about it. You will get something where you can figure out the current business process